Vince Lombardi once said, excellence must be pursued and must be wooed with all of one's might. And tonight, that is the agenda. Sawubona mbukela phekaya ngigama nguBongani Maseko, and we're here at the SAIEE annual banquet, which is all about celebrating excellence in electrical engineering. Now, outside in Johannesburg, it's a bit breezy, but in here at the Wanderers Club in Ilovo, it's nothing but heat. But what's my word? How's about we go inside and go see what is happening in tonight's proceedings? So right now I'm standing with the former president of the SA Institute of Electrical Engineering, Mr. Jon Gosselin, who today also walked away with an Engineering Excellency Award. Hi sir, and welcome.
Hello, thanks very much indeed.
So now I just want to ask you, regarding the annual banquet, how have you seen it grow since your days as president back in 2001?
Well, I think the banquet has always been a very important function within the calendar of the Institute. And I think that it has grown in numbers, but it has a very important role to play in the electrical engineering calendar, insofar as it is an opportunity for members of the Institute to come together, to gather, and for guests to be invited to, in fact, participate in a function. Networking is a very important factor in everything we do today. And I think that the banquet gives a wonderful opportunity for that networking to take place, for one to meet with colleagues, people that you've worked with in the past, to meet new people, and to give young people the opportunity to get an idea of what the Institute is all about and what their profession is all about. And I think that is very important, because you need to encourage young people who in fact are the leaders of the future, and to give them recognition, to realize that the profession that they've adopted, the electrical engineering profession, is vitally important in the country and the growth of the country. And without electricity and electrical engineering, we in fact are not going to develop as we would like to develop. So I think from that point of view, the role of that function of the banquet is very important. It's grown in numbers, it's grown in standing, so we obviously encourage it and see it as the highlight of the year.
So now, regarding tonight's event, you walked away with the Engineering Excellence Award. Have you won an award at the annual banquet? And if you have, how does this one feel this time round?
Well, I must admit it's certainly a great honour to receive an award of this nature, considering that I have 50 years of experience in the engineering profession, and the role that I play today is really one of giving back to the profession what I've in fact received from it. So it certainly came as a great surprise to me, but also a great honour. And I think that it is an encouragement and a further encouragement to actually continue doing the type of thing that I am doing, which is really mentoring of young candidates, engineering professionals, and helping them to become registered as professionals and to take up the reins of the future, and to in fact take the lead in developing the electricals industry in South Africa, and ensuring that it maintains the standard that it has had in the past.
Well, I think you're doing an excellent job. Thank you so much for all your dedicated service. 50 years and more, that is quite a lot. So right now I'm standing with the Young Achievers Award recipient, Khomotso Setlapele. How are you, Khomotso?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So now, can you tell us, what does this award mean to you?
It means that we're making inroads. We're making inroads into the SAIEE, transforming it, at least bringing younger people into the Institute, making it less about an old man's club, and just basically giving greater access to younger people to this great institute that is over 100 years old. So, yeah.
I just want to ask you, apart from this award, the Young Achievers Award, is there any other way that the change being brought into the industry by the youth is being felt, recognized, and acknowledged?
It is. I'm part of the SAIEE Central Gauteng Center. We are essentially a year and a half old, right? The impact that we've made is introducing social media to the institute. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, right? So one of the things that we have done is basically try to put that message out that we are the South African Institute of Electrical Engineering. We are on social media. We are making a difference. And, you know, our collaboration with Varsity TV Engineering TV is just, you know, testimony to that. It's, you know, yeah.
Well, Khumutso, thank you so much for speaking to us and well done on your award.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Now, I am absolutely honored because right now I am standing with the president of the SA Institute for Electrical Engineering, Mr. Jacob Machinjike. How are you, sir?
I'm very good, thanks, Bongani.
Thank you. So I want to ask you about the annual banquet. What does it mean to you as the president of the SAIEE?
Since I was inaugurated as the president of SAIEE on the 30th of March this year, I've been looking forward to this premier event. This is the best event that a president looks so forward to, in that you have the honor of having lots of people around from all parts of the country, as well as winners, award winners that you need to, you know, celebrate their lives as you work well with others. It's also an opportunity to congratulate our spouses who are forever willing to support us as we take a lot of time away from home, serving our members and serving the country.
So now, as you said, you became the president in the beginning of the year at around March. I want to know from you, what changes did you want to bring to the institution? And now that it's all the way in October, what changes have you brought?
It is an exciting journey indeed. We are a 1909 born organization, so it is a journey. We have seen significant transformation by way of representation at our council, by way of various race groups which represent our rainbow nation. That has been well done. We've also realized that we have been having members of SAIEE from universities and not so much from TVET colleges. So one of our focus areas is to visit TVET colleges and make them part and parcel of the institute in terms of their professionalization. I'm talking about lecturers and I'm talking about students. We are also busy with student chapters at almost every university. Some universities, they are well advanced, like KZN, like in PE, that's in South, but we don't have all the universities with an active student chapter, and we are busy with that. And I'm very excited that by the end of my term, we should have all student chapters for most universities up and running.
Right now, I'm standing with another winner for tonight, Mr. Surab Sinha. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well, and thanks for the support.
Great. Now, I want to ask you, what does your award mean for you tonight?
Well, I think this is a very special recognition. I've been volunteering for the IEEE since I was a student, and I've been volunteering for the SAIEE informally and formally. Informally, I guess, from 2004, and formally from 2009, serving as a managing editor for the for the Africa Research Journal, and so. It feels good because SAIEE and IEEE are two big organizations. SAIEE in South Africa and Southern Africa, and IEEE is a global organization with just about 430,000 members around the world. And so volunteering for both of these organizations has been quite a privilege. And I must say that when I started to do volunteering, I really thought that I was trying to change the organization. And I realized over time that the organization and the volunteer work in fact changed me.
Now, you're speaking a lot about volunteering, and I want to ask you, a lot of our youth here in South Africa feel as though when they're starting out in a new career, they need to get a paying job right away. And I know that volunteering works really well for the CV and building one's report. What would you say to that?
Yeah, I would say that, when I started volunteering, I didn't know all of the benefits. And a few years later, I was moving into my career, and I realized, especially when I was applying, I still remember when I was applying for the job of dean, and I needed to get referees. And when I was putting down referees, I started to realize that the folks that will vouch for me are some of the best globally. And I didn't think of that as a volunteer benefit, but it was a benefit that I got, and I really received a lot of mentorship from really global leaders, from university vice chancellors, chancellors, and I think it has helped me expedite my own career as well. So I think there has been intended and many unintended consequences, and I cherish them all.
Now, Prof. Sinner, tonight I saw you weren't given a chance to give an acceptance speech. So I'd like to give you a minute or two to just give an acceptance speech for your award today. Yeah. Would you mind?
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that I wasn't given an acceptance speech at time, because, you know, academics can sometimes be pretty long. So I hope you realize what you've asked for. But you have been clever, because you've said between 1 to 2 minutes, and I haven't used any of that yet. But what I'd like to say is that the SAIEE and IEEE both comprise of volunteers. And the current section chair, South Africa section chair of IEEE is Dr. Albert Lysko, and he's a person who he currently works for the CSIR. And I've seen that I used to be section chair of the South Africa section in 2009 and 10. And during this period, I tried to bring in as many people as I can, so that I can move away and on from the role that I played for the South Africa section. And I feel really very proud that there has been continuity of leadership beyond this, and the section has grown much stronger. So I have appreciation for Dr. Lysko, and I would also like to extend my appreciation for SAIEE Gora, who is an incoming SAIEE president. She will be the president in 2021. And I think that SAIEE, I've also worked with her as a volunteer. She's also done work in terms of accreditation. So I look at these individuals and I look at what they do, and I realize that there's much more for all of us to do.
Well, Prof. Sinner, thank you so much for speaking to us today. It's been an amazing evening filled with glitz and glamour, awards, delicious food, and let me not get started on the outfits. I've had an amazing time. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Ubongani Masego, and I'll catch you at the next one.